emotional support, a bond would be really good for my mental health. And I think it would be good for his too, because he knows that I'm not alone.
I've got to say, for a couple that's going into seeking a sister wife for the second time, considering the first time wasn't successful, and that's something that we will get into later on in the video. Let's just talk about the fact that Dani, obviously, which is the wife, yes, so is the man here. The fact that she's saying that she believes that bringing in a third party into their relationship is going to be good for her mental health and his mental health, that's a very strange thing to hear. I don't know how that actually makes any sense. I don't know how bringing in someone else in your relationship actually has anything to do with your mental health. It may have something to do, I guess, obviously with being happy and having some sort of satisfaction, or, you know, and I guess some of those things do fall underneath that mental health barrier. But if you bring in the wrong person, trust me when I tell you, the mental health is not going to be good. And let's be real, when it comes to this situation, when you're seeking a sister wife, when it comes to the mental health beneficial part, really and truly for the most part, only one person is benefiting the most out of that one. And that is going to be the man, especially in this relationship. And let's get into why.
With our first attempt, Yesel had already known this person from high school. Part of some of the issues with this first attempt left behind. I feel like I wasn't involved as much as I should have been.
So when you're dealing with somebody, right, where obviously you've tried it in the past, he brought someone obviously in the past that he obviously knew, someone that obviously he had either been with before, or someone that he definitely had a liking to anyway, at least in high school. He brings in that person without her permission, or without her having a conversation about it. It didn't work out, but I guarantee the whole time everything was going down, his mental health was skyrocketing, but he was getting exactly what he wanted. Meanwhile, Dani's mental health was going all the way downhill. So the fact that she used mental health as a reason to why bringing a third party would be a good thing is actually crazy, when clearly the first time she literally felt left out. You know what I'm saying? It's like this woman, Dani, clearly this woman in time is showing me that she has not learned from the previous situation. Okay, and then also on top of that, on the intro, when they were introducing these two, obviously he said, yes, I am looking for a sister wife. She had to correct him and say, no, we are. So he still has that mentality of I. Do you see what I'm saying?
My biggest concerns with having them have another woman enter their relationship would be, what about my son? You know, how is this going to affect him? Is he going to be confused?
So when it comes to this young lady here, she is the woman that Yesel had kids with prior to his relationship with Dani. So obviously he's got kids with her and also with Dani, and obviously her and Dani have a very, very, very good relationship. In fact, they've become best friends over the years. And she does raise a fair point. Obviously, how is this going to impact her son? Because obviously her son's already had experience that mommy and daddy are not together anymore. Then experience that, of course, that is now with a new person, which is Dani. Now he's going to have to experience that, hold on a minute, there's now going to be a third person in the picture. But this time, this person is actually going to live with me and mommy and the rest of our siblings. You know what I mean? There's so many layers to it. To be fair with you, yeah, this guy is definitely thinking about himself and he's not thinking about anybody else. Tell me otherwise, please do.
Are you sure that you really want to do this again?
I don't know. I can't answer that with full certainty right now.
And the fact that Dani doesn't even know if she really wants to go down this route again is actually crazy. Woman spoke about how this could benefit their mental health, to then saying that I don't even know. I can't even say with full certainty that this is obviously something that's going to help us, obviously in the long run. The whole thing is nothing but a calamity. Nothing but a calamity. I ain't gonna lie to you folks, man. I'm all for the drama, so I'm actually looking forward to seeing how this season goes down. And if anything, boy, if I was to put my money on the first ever couple to officially break up due to seeking a sister wife in sister wife history, boy, I'm putting my money on this couple right now. But to be fair, it's probably not gonna happen, because it's clear to me that this woman, her self-esteem is probably quite low, and she's more than happy to do anything to please this man and not to lose him, which is quite sad, because she's a beautiful woman, and there's many men out there that obviously, you know, would want her and obviously treat her better than how he's treating her. But either way though, let's move on to the next one.
Completely brand new to this. I don't know what we're really getting ourselves into, because we have no idea what this life is.
Is life but unity.
You know,
We'll figure it out as we go. There's no rules, really.
I'm gonna lie to you, the second that Billie Jean said there's no rules to it, I was like, oh dear. Oh God, this is going to be a nightmare. You need rules. You need rules. The fact that they are going into this whole seeking sister wife thing for the very first time, and they haven't even had a conversation about boundaries, about, you know, rules or anything like that, and they're just gonna wing it and just wish for the best. Whew, boy, yeah, we're about to experience a roller coaster. But at the same time, though, they don't give me the vibe of a couple that actually argue, to be honest with you. But at the same time, do you know what it is? They have a very best friend type energy. That's the thing about these two. They have a best friend type energy relationship. They don't have like a romantic, oh, you know, kind of, you know what I mean? Like if you saw these two together and you sat next to them and you heard them having a conversation, you think they're bloody best friends. You wouldn't think that they were actually married. But anyway, let's get into it.
I'm comfortable with Reese going on the dates and me hanging back because I feel like we have a good enough connection and I trust him.
I mean, we're not like hypersexual people at this point. Like, I know there's some times that
Mr. Spicy is non-existent.
You know, then this got me thinking, and I said to myself, what if she wants him to go out there and obviously find someone because she thinks that maybe him going out there and, you know, finding his mojo will maybe help reunite their sex life, you know? I thought that may be it. That may be the angle, because I'm really trying to figure out why Billie Jean suggests this idea, because this whole idea for seeking a sister wife was hers. It was never his, it was hers. So I do find it interesting. I want to know, what is her agenda? What does she want out of this, okay? But the thing that was more interesting, to be fair, is when she asks him, what type of woman does he like? And to be fair, first I was like, girl, you're married to him. You should know what type of woman he likes, which should be you, right? But anyway, she asks him, and the answers that he gave, yeah, they were nothing but the opposite. At least when it came to the complexion side of things.
I mean, but like, what's your type?
I want like a, you know, I'm really not super shallow. You know, I want to be like goofy with and not have to always be serious. Barry, Vivica A. Fox, Michelle Obama, Oprah Winfrey, Queen Latifah, Salt and Pepper.
This guy literally listed a whole list of beautiful black women. You know what I'm saying? You know, the melanin. Literally, not as he said, I like women from all ethnicities, but instead he mentions every woman he mentioned was just black. I was like, okay, so this is why he's not getting frisky with you. Listen, I hate to break it down to Billie Jean here, but even if he finds another woman that obviously is of color and he obviously does find his mojo, understand this, that mojo is going to be for her and not for you, because clearly, you know, that woman's going to be completely different to you, which is wild. So yeah, and even her face says it all as well in this scene. Absolute calamity.
Great. All right.
Honestly, I think you did great.
Would you ever go on a date with me? You can be honest, please.
So here's the thing: they obviously have a conversation. Billie Jean and one of their friends. You know, what's his name again? My apologies. So obviously that's Reese. So Reese and Billie Jean obviously have a conversation with one of their friends at this dinner party, or this takeout, whatever, right? And they speak about the fact that obviously, you know, people have always accused him of being gay, and obviously he says, no, I'm definitely not gay. Obviously, I do like the booty, which, to be fair, men can have a booty too, you know. It makes no difference. But anyway. And the fact that he says he liked that was actually even more concerning. But anyway, the matter of fact is, though, he was then given a task to try and obviously chat up the waiter, which he did, and he did okay. But you know, when it came to the question, would you still gonna date with him? The waiter was like, her excuse was, well, I wouldn't want to be in an open marriage, so no. But let's be real, she just wasn't feeling him, because obviously he doesn't have that. Well, he doesn't have that masculine energy, shall we say, you know, for the purpose of giving an example. I mean, listen, the question really brings anyone that's watching right now, you know, is Reese somebody that you would take a fancy to? You know, does he have the energy that you look for in a man? Because boy, I'll tell you this now, the body language that I was getting from Billie Jean this whole episode was, yeah, it's crazy, because she's definitely the man of the house, because she's the one that has to initiate the sex. She's the one that has to make it interesting, because apparently Reese is boring and he's very, very vanilla. She's the one that has to bring in the idea of bringing another woman into the relationship, which is just crazy as hell. Honestly, these two right now, the whole recipe of it is just wild. Do you know what is? I don't ever see this season going bad in terms of the fact that these two are gonna fall out. I see it going bad to the point where he's probably not gonna find anyone to want to be with them. That's what I feel like is gonna happen. But we shall wait and see. But with that being said, though, let's move on to the last ones.
We look at it more as the spiritual thing, where Christ says he becomes one with us and we become born again, not of just water, but of his spirit.
I kid you not, folks. It was literally about 25 seconds in if that, of Garrick being on screen, and Garrick literally started quoting the freaking Lord again. And we know what this man's all about. He loves to use the Bible. He loves to use all the religion stuff as an excuse to why he should be allowed to live this life. And it is so draining, so jarring. But yeah, he wasted no time doing that.
Yeah. Celebration?
She doesn't know English that well yet. It's going to be an adjustment for her.
Honestly, the way Danielle just stands there watching her ex-husband, but obviously they're not married now anyway, literally kiss another woman is crazy business. I mean, honestly, when she came out, Lorena, when she came out of the terminal, oh my God, Danielle was way too excited. I was like, why are you so excited like this? You're making me believe that it's you that's sleeping with her. What the hell is going on here? But anyway, we all know about the Merrifields. The Merrifields are just one hell of a hot mess of a couple. So yeah, let's see obviously what goes on here.
Because after a woman has like 5 different partners, the chances of her bonding or even having a lasting relationship drops like crazy, just percentage-wise. Like it's just the sperm being inside of her.
You know, I've heard this interesting theory before in the past, but I've never looked into it if it's actually something that's legit, because I don't want to know if it's legit, because at the end of the day, you know, why can't a woman still find a person to be with her after 5? I mean, to be fair, if we're looking at the world that we're in now, there's people who have got numbers, bodies behind them, okay? And these women are still finding someone. Do you know what I mean? They're still finding someone in the end. So to be honest with you, that's why I never bothered looking into this little theory, because I was like, it's clearly not true, because trust me when I tell you, most men and women these days, but I guess this topic here was regarding women, not men, so I guess I'll speak on it based on what he said. But there's plenty of women in this world that have slept with more than 5 men, and or been with more than 5 men, whatever, okay? And are now in successful marriages. So yeah, that theory he's talking about, yeah, I think he needs to update himself on it. I wonder where he read this. I wonder what religious book he used to read this source of information, because we know him. Everything he says is backed up by a religion.
Changes, yeah, the person. Be loving towards me too, and baptize her in the name of Jesus Christ for the remission of her sins.
I'm sorry, but who the hell is he to baptize anyone? Who the hell does he think he is? This guy is not for real in any shape or form.
After being together with her for 5 days, all of us, it's like, you know, I feel really good about her. God wants me to ask her to be my wife.
5 bloody days. 5 bloody days, and God told him to, you know, make her his wife. This guy is something else. Yep, but you know, listen, literally 3 times he used religion. I think maybe 4 times. It was 3 times he definitely used religion in the space of 1 freaking episode. And it's only episode 1. Welcome back, Garrick. Welcome back, Merrifields. We're going to be in for one hell of a season when it comes to this couple. That's for sure. But nonetheless, though, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and we can most only talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.